Yo, what's up? How are we doing? It's been a little while. But I just want to share something really interesting with you that I sort of heard a couple weeks ago. So I was watching this guy, his name's Devin Linder. You can find him on Instagram. He makes some really great informative content and I really recommend checking him out. But I was watching one of his videos and he was talking about a really tough time in his life, a time when he was, struggling, particularly financially, struggling to keep a roof over his head as well as his family's head as well. He had a wife and kids. And it was a really stressful time, financially, just really bad. And yet, amidst all this, he would still get up every single morning, I think if I remember correctly, at about like 3 or 5 a.m. and train, go to the gym. And, people didn't approve of this. People were like looking at him funny, like, why are you doing this? Struggling to keep a roof over your head, yet you're doing burpees. To which he replied, well, because in that room, that was the only place I felt like I had control. That was the only place I felt like I had potential, was when I'd train. And that's a really cool concept, because sometimes I feel like not enough people talk about that, not enough people speak about that. That's a really cool view. And yeah, because often in life, all we need to get started or to make our life just feel like a little less shit is a bit of momentum, but oftentimes we don't know how to get that momentum. But also in those moments, like, I'll give you an example. There's some moments in the past where I'd feel like absolute shit. I feel like my life is full of shit. And you sort of get a bit overwhelmed, you panic a little bit, and you're like, oh, I've got my future to worry, all this other shit. Yet, in that moment, I'm sitting there, I've done nothing productive all day, I've been on my phone for like the past 3 hours straight, and I wonder why I'm feeling overwhelmed. It's because I'm giving myself shitty momentum by being on my phone, overstimulating my brain. That's just an example, right? And so sometimes you've just got to give yourself, but you're just going to bite the bullet and give yourself a bit of momentum. And it's a lot easier than you think. Literally, if you catch yourself a bit lost in life, start simple. Start with the basics. You can't do the advanced stuff without doing the basics. Go for a walk. Go for a run. I don't know. Do something that's, like, for you, a little bit challenging, but very achievable. For me, it can be as simple as doing 50 push-ups. If I'm being sitting, like, slouched in my chair, feeling like shit or whatever, and then I get up and just do 50 push-ups, then I feel that a little bit better, and I've got that a little bit of momentum because I just did something that was a little bit difficult that has pushed me up a bit. And that subconsciously makes you know that you can make progress, that you can actually do stuff, that you can push through that challenge and actually achieve something. Like, all it takes is just a little bit of momentum. You can't reach your biggest and best goals right now or tomorrow or within a week, probably not. Oftentimes, the things you want out of life take years, take effort, and that overwhelms us. But all it takes is just biting the bullet, just a little bit, every single day, just a little higher and higher and higher. And it's really not that hard. And in fact, the more you do it, the easier it gets. So, start simple. If you want to feel like you have a little bit of control over your life, go for a walk. Go to somewhere, I don't know, for me, I'm talking about like what I like to do, but do something. Get outside and do something. And your brain's gonna be like, oh no, but this has nothing, because I want to be a successful like musician, this has nothing, or like I want to be a successful like entrepreneur, this has nothing to do with what I fucking, why would I go outside? Bro, your mind's gonna make excuses, just trust me. And I'm not saying by any means that taking this little leap and giving yourself a little bit of momentum is just gonna fix everything. Of course you have to be consistent, but it's not that hard. Being consistent, when you look at everything as a whole, is overwhelming. But it is really not that hard. This concept of, take Devin in a time when he was, like I just said, in a time when he was struggling financially, and then he would get up and train. And it's so easy to argue that that's going to the gym that early is a waste of time when he could be working further to support his family. But that was the momentum that made him feel like he had control. Therefore, he could work better, following that towards what would actually help, getting his life back on track. Like, yeah. Give it a crack. Get outside. Get off this fucking YouTube video. I don't know. Catch you in the next one. See ya.